Hey YouTube, it feels so weird to be in front of the camera. Um, it's this is the longest stretch I haven't been on my channel. Because life was lifing. Come on, TT. And honestly, the biggest, the biggest shift was losing my grandmother. Was it on the 19th? November 19th, I think it was. And, so it was just like, you are put to the test and forced to now use the tools and the beliefs and the things that you know to be true from your faith system to pull you through. And going back home to be with my family, to be with my mom, to lay my grandmother to rest, to come back and continue to pack and reset my life. There was a void there, not because I'm resetting in a sense, not because of that per se, but because I lost my grandmother. That was the biggest thing that rocked my world, But it's just been dealing with that and loss, not loss, but trusting that the transition of all life that goes to the other side, that goes beyond, you just have to dig deep and you just miss them. You just miss all of the updates. You just miss hearing their voice. You just miss, sharing and the holidays, obviously. So that's been the biggest thing that really had me away from my channel. I put in my community tab, but if you follow my channel, a man could never rock my world. A relationship status, a shift, change, breakup, whatever. It's losing my grandmother that really was devastating. That was just, it wasn't expected. So much more to do. Well, in my mind, I'm like, she had so much more to do. We had so many more places to go. We were trying to have a cruise for her 80th birthday, and we are all Virgos. Of course, that would be my next birthday celebration for my 35th birthday. All these things. But anyway, I didn't mean to ramble, but I wanted to just come back on my platform and talk about mindset as it pertains to change, but how you think of change. Are you saying you failed at this? Are you believing that this was a waste of time? Are you believing that, shoulda, woulda, coulda? Are you believing that, you have regrets and, you're coming away from whatever it is feeling less than? Or are you telling yourself you're entering into a new season, a new beginning? You're excited about what's all to come, what is to be created, what is still for you, what is waiting for you, because if you don't tell yourself what you know to be true about where your redirection is steering you, or where you think you want to be, or where you want to go, then so many things in this world and other people's perception can rock your confidence and can rock what it is that you really know in your heart to be true about your life and how you live. So you all can see I'm, still packing and stuff like that. And I don't feel sad. I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel like, oh my goodness, I'm moving. I feel like, oh my goodness, we're moving. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness, I can't wait to find the next best thing. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about all the things that I said I was going to do with or without. All the things that I'm going to experience, whether I live here or down the street or across town or whatever. You see the difference? Making sure that you're checking in with yourself. And even when people ask, hey, what's new? What's up? Where's such and such? Oh, I didn't know you were moving. Or, oh, I didn't know, blah, 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 blah. You brush it off. You say, yeah. But what's more important is that the holidays are coming up. What's more important is that I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to that. What's more important is that we're here together. Let's have this good time. You've got to teach people how you also want them to react to your script, your movie, TT, what's going on? I'm not going to lie. When I shared with certain friends and family that I was no longer with my fiance, my ex-fiance, it was a lot of, oh my goodness. And I was like, please don't lose sleep over this. I'm here. I'm happy. I'm good. And why am I those things? Because also, too, I've always been prepared because I've always taken care of myself. Not prepared like I think something's going to happen, but prepared in the sense of that is part of my self-care, my self-love, right? So my heart goes out to women that didn't have a safety net, didn't have money set aside, didn't have some type of income, didn't have a business plan, didn't have business goals, didn't have any foresight beyond, okay, what do I do beyond this relationship? What do I do beyond these four walls of my new home with this man, whatever we've created? I have other things going on for myself, right? I have other things lined up for myself, right? So if, TT, why are you crying? So whether it does or doesn't, I'm still good. You know, that rainy day fund, that backup plan, the plan B, you know, these things, they just help you sleep better at night. And so that is why I'm able to just be like, woosah, you know what I mean? And also, too, understanding and believing that your identity in your life is beyond circumstance. You know, what changes in your life, what is happening to you. I don't really like to use that term, but people can say that, okay, yeah, it's coming into my life, but it's not going to affect my life. It doesn't define me. It doesn't change what it is that I want, where it is I'm going, and things like that. You know, for me, it's just logistics. For me, it's just, okay, obviously I'm not going to take the girls out of their school. They just both made honor roll. They are prospering. They are settled. They are happy. We love Maryland. So I'm not gonna jump ship. You know what I mean? So, and this has positioned me in a city, in a town where I have never been happier. When I used to live in Virginia, I was just there. My work took me there. Or, you know, the housing market, like, okay, these are the cheapest rents, you know, or this is where my boyfriend's family is, and this is where he, you know, where his work is, you know, all these different circumstances that you allow to, you know, take you where you wind up. There's nothing wrong with that, but it feels different when you plant yourself somewhere and you actually like to be there, and you're planting roots. You're expanding your roots. You're feeling settled. You're feeling rooted. You like the area. You have friends. You have whatever you have going on. You know, it feels different than just kind of like, okay, I'm going to make it work because I am planted here and I'm going to expand, versus I came here intentionally. I like it here and I'm going to stay here. Also, too, staying confident in your desires. This is the last thing I'm going to say about change, transition, and things like that, and kind of like the after part of my story and where I'm at in my life. You know, people will have lots of suggestions. People will have lots of opinions. Even maybe like, oh, I knew this and I knew that. No, you don't. You didn't know. You didn't know that this was what it looked like. You didn't know. You know, you didn't know that maybe this could happen, that can happen. You can say that you knew, but you know, you don't let those things bother you. And you also don't let people trying to be helpful and people's opinions infiltrate and sway or intimidate you from, no, I'm good. And I'm actually right where I want to be. I'm doing exactly what I want to do. And this is happening exactly how I wanted to be. And let me give you an example. Some people might say, oh, maybe you can work it out. You can pray about it. You can go to therapy. You can reach out to him, blah, 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 blah. That's not happening. People can say, well, why don't you move back closer to family? Why don't you move over here where it's this, where it's that? Oh, I know of these apartments are over here. Da, 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 da. I don't want an apartment. You know, oh, what about this? And what about people are going, if you give them an opportunity, it's a little harder to draw that line with family, but definitely with friends and coworkers and whoever just gets a whiff of what's going on. You know, again, you can look at it from a standpoint of they're just trying to be helpful, but I can politely but firmly say thank you, but no thank you. My mind is made up and I'm good. You know, what I'm doing is exactly what I want to do, and leave it at that. You know, it's for me, it was a lot going on adding my grandmother's passing into the equation. And like I said, that was the biggest thing that took me away from YouTube, took me away from just having some surety. You know what I mean? Because my grandma was such an anchor in my life, and she was such a source of wisdom, and we were very close. And I don't want to start tearing up, but now that she's laid to rest and the funeral and all that, I was out of town, obviously, all that's behind me. I can get back to, okay, like moving on with my life, moving on with living in her memory, moving on with making myself happy. What does that look like? Being resettled and continuing to always help other women see the silver lining, practice self-care and self-love, improve their self-care and self-love. Do not make a man the center of your existence. Great, have them. Great, benefit. Great, do life together. But like I said before, all your eggs are never in one basket and will break up. Somebody's going to have to move out. And if it's you, okay, big deal. You know that you're moving on to bigger and better things, and get that man to pay for it. Get that man to pay for it. I am not funding all of this. I'm not funding all of this. I've already hired my movers. All the boxes and all that stuff that I have needed have been sourced through him. Okay, so this is how you do this. And you don't lose sweat. And you don't start missing and wishing and hoping for the past. You do that for your future. You do that for you. And I'm going to leave that video with this. And until the next, leave this video with that. And on that note, and until the next one, peace, bye.